Everybody to a Solo Cup podcast. We don't know what we're sipping on and what we're talking about next. Special episode today. We got the two lovely ladies. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name is Ariana.
My name is Kate.
And to the next one, we got my boys over there.
How we doing?
What's popping?
All right, guys, let's get into this. So I want to talk about red flags when talking to a guy.
Like when you're talking to a guy, like what's that thing like he does, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm not fucking with that.
My main red flag is when he has a girl best friend. I know some people are like, oh, like, but that's just his girl best friend and like it's whatever. But my thing is like, if you're too touchy with her, and if you're like, oh, I'm going to my homegirls, I'm gonna hang out with her and things like that, that's when it doesn't fly with me.
You don't like somebody friendly?
No.
But then how do you think he met you though?
Look,
Like,
if
being
I
friendly?
personally know the girl, then it's fine. But if I don't know her to that extent, some girls could be hella grimy. And I know that
Yeah.
for a fact.
Like with
Yeah.
bad intention and shit.
Yeah, because
Like-
some of them will be like, I know girl best friends will be on the sideline like, oh, you're really gonna talk to her? Like, you really want to
Some
hang
of them
out
would be
with
jealous.
her?
Yeah, like
Okay.
some like want
And that's
something.
yeah,
from
that's
them.
what I don't fuck with. Cause I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you're gonna be in a relationship with me and not your best friend.
Yes, like the three of you.
Yes. It's
True,
like
true.
It's an
hey,
entanglement.
It's an
I
entanglement.
know. I'm in the bed with him, not with you.
Has
So-
a homegirl ever tried to get at your man?
No, but I've known friends that their homegirls have like,
Oh shit.
yeah, that I'm
That's
just kind of
happened to
like
me.
Miss Girl.
That's
like,
grimy.
and I'm that type of person that if I see something like that and their boyfriends don't do something about it, I'm like, leave him. Because my
Fuck
thing
yeah.
is like, dude, you're not gonna be with a man who doesn't respect what you want.
But guys are low-key girls are blind when like you're telling them like, or even like if homegirls just telling, oh bro, your man is like a piece of shit or your man is something. They're like, no, he's not. Like, what the fuck? You don't know him like I do.
Yeah, I see that a lot too.
Love
But-
is so blinding to girls.
It is.
It's so
I know.
blinding.
I was like that for a cool minute. I was in a talking stage for 6 months because I didn't want to get official with him, and like I didn't know until after I broke up with him. Well, I didn't break up with him because we were just talking. But after I was just kind of like, damn, like he really did me dirty.
Yeah, I feel like it's
He really
like,
did me dirty.
You have to like find your worth until like you like that blindness like goes away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you're so like stuck on that person. You're like, oh my god, they're perfect. Like they could hit me and I still love them.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
you look back at it, you be like, damn,
Not me though. Some of y'all.
Hey,
I
but
know.
like, okay, let's say if your man does have a best friend, right, girl best friend, but they're not touching all that, but they just have like
friends?
close friends. It's just cool. Cause I mean they're best friends for a reason. Cause they have
Yeah.
that close relationship.
yeah.
I feel like it depends like on if they have like a boundary between them as like best friends and then them being like too much of
Yeah.
best friends.
Okay, I feel
Because
you.
And then-
there could also be like the group of homegirls, and you know those. You don't like that? You know the group of homegirls,
Wait, what do you
and they're
mean
like
homegirls?
cool. Like I don't know. My thing is like, I don't even know how to explain it.
No, for both of you guys. Oh, so do you think like if they have homegirls, do you think they have a past? Like everybody thinks, oh my god, you kick it with all those girls.
Like a group
you
of
must
homegirls?
Have, you must have.
I'm
you
fine
must
with
do
that.
something.
But
Yeah.
if it's just that one single homegirl that's like, oh,
That's
she
his
comes
girl.
over, that's his girl. Exactly. I'm like, bro,
Like they for sure had a pass.
yeah, because it's
sure.
like,
And they got
oh,
a
what are you
future.
doing? And it's like, oh, my homegirls like came over to come eat with us and the family. The family.
You haven't presented me yet.
I'm like, on God. I'm like, I haven't even met your family.
I feel like it just all depends on like the friend, like the group of girls, you know, because there's some that like you
Yeah.
could tell they're like
You can
actually
see the
like
intention.
like one of the
Yes.
guys, like they could be one of the guys, you know, the guys see them like that, but then there's other
But
girls
she
that
could be
are like,
shady down low.
oh my god,
Exactly.
like, you're so fun.
Like, extra touchy
I
and
know.
shit.
You know, like
And
there's
it's the
a
same type of
boundary.
bitches that are like, you're so beautiful, girl.
and they're like dogging you from the side.
bomb.
Right,
And you're
those
like,
are just bad
excuse me,
intentions.
bitch.
Those
All
are
right.
bad
swear, but you're
situations.
right
All right,
now.
what's your red flag when you're talking to a guy?
I think like, fuck, this is hard. I need to think about it.
Because
No,
personally, for me, my red flag when I'm talking to a girl is if, all right, don't get me wrong, the love life, your homies are not supposed to detect your love life, right, or anyone. But I feel like if she's ruining my relationship with the homies and like, oh, why you always hanging out with them, or why you doing that, hang out with me. I feel like
yeah, like too
nah,
clingy?
stop fucking with that.
I know. I don't fuck with clingy people either.
Yeah, you feel me?
Because I'm the type of people, if I'm in a relationship in my home, if my boyfriend is like, oh, I'm gonna go here. I'm just like gonna be like, okay, just shoot me a text when you're there. Shoot
Just
me a text
communicate.
after when
Yeah.
you're back,
Yeah,
and that's
simple,
it.
that's it.
But if you're like gonna be grimy on the low, then
I feel like it's like insecurities. You get me?
Definitely.
Like as
It
well. Like
is.
you're
Definitely.
like, where are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, who you?
You don't
with?
trust
like,
the guy.
Yeah.
Or you don't even trust
and
the
a lot of
girl.
people be having hella insecurities.
Yeah, and like
now.
you shouldn't be in a relationship like when you're like that.
Exactly.
At all.
Also, you guys feel like it's okay, like he can hang out with his friends and everything?
Yeah.
Nothing's really gonna
Like,
change?
We're Aquariuses.
For real. We're Aquarius.
Hello.
No, like my man, whatever. Like, you know, he has his group of friends and like he'll go out with them like every Friday, every weekend, and I'm like, okay, like
And you respect that.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like
Fuck that
I
heavy.
get like we're in a
It's just
relationship,
trust.
but it's like you have your own life, like you have your own friends, like you don't want to. I don't want to be with you 24/7. Like I need my
Exactly.
space too.
Hell yeah.
Even though like I
know.
just stay home in bed, but
I know.
Do you guys do long distance?
me, oh,
Can you do a long distance?
yeah,
Oh,
for
relationship?
sure.
Yeah, I feel like I can because oh my gosh, I feel like I have these like little flings, but they never work out because I'm crazy.
the same.
But I was talking to someone in Kansas,
Huh?
and he was like, I know he does music and everything. He does his little like
Homegirl, Kansas is Midwest.
exactly.
So
But
I
did-
feel like
did
it
you
doesn't
really-
I have people in New
matter.
York talking about me.
Did you want to make it happen just because
I
he did
did.
music, or is it like
No. Just because he was like, I saw him on Twitter and he had
Yeah.
popped
It all
off.
starts from
And I
Twitter.
was like, what the heck? But it was his sister that was singing. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, let me check out like his page. So I found his Twitter and then I found his Instagram after. So I followed him.
I love girls that are detectives.
Exactly.
Love
so
FBI agents.
I went on Instagram and I found him and I was like, ooh, let me follow him. Because I'm not the type to like hit someone up first.
No,
Like, that's
yeah.
not me. So he hit me up and then from there we just started like communicating little by little and then from there FaceTimes and then from there he was like, come out here, like come
Oh,
fly out
shit.
here.
Was he
wanna
gonna
pay for
fly
my
you
ticket.
out,
No,
or- okay.
exactly.
That's the problem.
But he was on it and he was like, tell your parents about me because my parents didn't know. Honestly, my parents don't know any of my little
Yeah.
flings because I don't like involving that. My parents have only met one guy, like ever, that I've ever talked to.
I don't involve my
Yeah,
parents.
because I'm like, that's too personal.
Yeah.
That's too personal for them to meet your whole family and then after for your family to be questioning.
And plus,
you
like
about
an
it.
Yeah, I
air
feel like
parent.
we're
Yeah.
They be
around
talking.
here,
Especially
I
like
know,
when you
like-
break up that fling, they're like, oh, where's blah blah blah.
Especially
Exactly.
when
Oh, no, that
I
didn't
like them
work.
so much.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the Kansas thing, it didn't work out just because he really wanted me to fly out, and then after that, I found out he was actually
But I have-
talking to
I
his
have
best
a
friend.
story.
He actually ended up being with his best friend. So that's one of the He actually ended up.
Do you
being
still
with
follow
his
him?
the
friend
same
after.
situation.
I do, and he still hits me up because he's not with his best friend no more.
We ain't in Kansas
He's
anymore.
like ready.
No, like I was talking to this guy from Texas from Twitter too.
Right?
Texas
Everybody from
man.
Texas has the
I
finest
know.
people.
That's
around.
fire.
I go on Twitter, everybody has Texas.
And New York.
New
Oh
York.
yeah, no, but like we were talking for a minute, and then it was like nothing. He's like, oh, like fly out, like the same thing.
Yeah.
And then oh my
You
god,
gotta get flued out.
he had a girlfriend. She was pregnant. They got married, and he was
No.
still.
See, this is why you
text
can't
me.
do long distance because they're just gonna
And
play
you
a
never
front
know.
Yeah.
that they.
I feel like-
But I
exactly-
feel like if you know them from here, like say they live in Cali,
Oh, yeah.
right? If you have a strong
much
bond
easier
with
to
them
know.
here, and then they move, say to college or something,
Yeah.
But
then I feel safe with that happening.
Yeah, or even it's like you
Unless
guys
they join a
talk.
sorority or fraternity. What is it?
They're for sure
a
cheating.
frat.
Yeah.
They're for sure
They're
cheating.
for sure doing
Ew.
dirty
Oh,
shit.
God. Those are
It's
ugly.
fun. They're not even
Yeah.
cheating.
They're
They're just gonna break up with
dirty.
you.
They're
Fuck yeah.
dirty.
They're just
Have
gonna
you
break up
seen
with you.
videos?
Their houses.
Fraternity men are like, what's
like
that one guy on
rats.
TikTok that threw a party?
Adrian, my boy Adrian.
Ew, they threw like parties like that.
And I went to
They take over Huntington.
Dude, they did, and then they got
Damn.
arrested.
Yeah, I
People
went
got
to-
arrested. People got shot out with rubber bullets. I was like, how are you arrested?
And I went to
Anything
Chico
for
State
the
for the
TikTok.
first semester of after high school.
How was that?
Dude, I went to a frat house. Smells dirty as fuck.
Ew.
And first thing I've seen, I met a guy who was like, "Hey, you trying to do some blow?"
No, he
People
said
are
that you wanna give me
musty.
My innocent self was like, "What is blow?"
You said,
He's like-
excuse me.
He's like, "Cocaine." I was like,
You
I'm
heard him
straight."
wrong.
And then,
Perico.
hey, I seen these two white girls. You know how in movies they play those roles where, like they're dirty, they do
They're all slutty
they're
and shit.
slutty and all that shit. They're
Horse.
real life.
You should
They
ask them if they
exist.
were trying to blow.
They exist.
Ask them.
They were probably on something
want some
too.
of
Yeah, definitely.
People are always on something,
I wouldn't
especially
doubt
las
it, Brian.
güeritas.
I was scared. I was 18. I don't know what I was doing.
You said it's
You're like,
It's like, where am
You're
I?
like, this
at?
shit ain't Chico. This shit's huge.
on God, on God.
I would be scared of college, bro, because I feel like I
For
wouldn't even go to
shit's
class.
crazy.
Like, I would be that stupid where I wouldn't go to class. I'd just be in a frat.
That's why
I
I'm in
wouldn't
community
even do
college right
that.
now.
And so it comes with this topic. When you guys are talking to a guy, right? You guys look at their signs as like as a resume, like oh he's a Leo, I'm not fucking with that. Oh he's a Pisces, oh he's a
Not
Okay.
really.
Taurus.
Because it's like each sign is different because there's not only like one main sign, like there's like a whole
Yeah.
bunch. So it's kind of like you get to know that person and then you're like, okay, like I could see where that sign is coming in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you reflect on it.
And then you're like, okay, like they're not gonna change, so that's who they are. You know? So it's
Yeah.
kind of like it doesn't really like determine if I'm gonna talk to them, but it's
Yeah.
like something you have in the back of your head.
Have you ever changed your mind about the sign? Like you met them and then
No.
they're Leo and they're
Okay,
like,
with
they're-
me,
they're actually, I
I
didn't
feel
know
like
they
I
were
liked every single sign except for Capricorn because my dad's a Capricorn.
My
and
dad's
he's
a
kinda
Capricorn, too.
He's stubborn.
Bitch, we're the
Stubborn man.
same.
Exactly.
Oh my
Exactly. And other than that,
What
sign, I
month
was-
is Capricorn?
January.
January.
December, January.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not into signs.
I'm like,
It's okay.
But
we'll
does
teach
the
you.
moon
I
thing,
know.
like you guys believe in that? Oh, like like what is it? Like when he's the moon rising or nothing? Like,
Yeah.
do you believe in that fate where it's like,
For like a relationship, no.
Yeah.
For me personally, no, because I forgot. Or well, personally, yes, because I was having a rough week this week, and I was like, oh my gosh, like season turned into Gemini and stuff like that, and I was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
this is why I'm feeling like this.
Like there's so much more than just like your sign. So it's kind of like it's so hard to like answer like with a definite answer because there's just so much
Yeah.
that you have to.
it's just?
But
like,
I hate
didn't
Leos.
know.
Yeah.
Leos suck.
Hey, Ari, be honest. Since you have a man's, is your crystal in his car?
No.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay, I'm
No,
just saying.
I was.
I heard about that.
Oh, like the rose quartz thing? No.
Well, they say like if you leave a crystal in there, like he stays attached to
No,
you.
No,
I
I
feel
feel
like unless
Or it's like a voodoo
you're very
doll.
Your
spiritual with
intentions
it
and
and
your
your
intentions are
intentions,
that.
yeah.
Would you guys ever do that shit where they read cards for you?
No, yeah.
I
I
have.
have my
she
cards.
does it?
She reads cards.
Tarot reading.
You guys
It's
believe in that?
real.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
true? Like, if it's bad to do that? Like, is it true? Cause
No, it depends on who it is.
Yes.
Because some people have very negative intentions when they're reading cards. Like a lot of
Uh-huh.
like regular like psychic hand readings like that you'll see in the building. A lot of them are very like negative.
Okay.
And then some of them are like you could tell who's
And that could open
Yeah.
something up in your
like for example my sister she's positive. Duh. No, like one time they went to LA, her and her friend, and then they went to her friend wanted to get a card reading, and then it was just off, and the next thing you know, her car got towed. Like it's like the
heck
universe is like you shouldn't have done that. But it's kind of like okay, I could see where someone's like no, like that just happened. But it's like you
Yeah.
have to be like open to be like okay, that was the universe's way of telling me that I should not have done that. You know?
Shit.
So like I could see where
Yeah.
people would be like, oh no, like that has nothing to do with
What
spirituality.
if she just parked in front of the
No.
fire extinguisher?
Everything happens for a reason. Like, everything happens for a reason.
See, that's
Straight
what I'm
up.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
like you could see it as like, oh, it was just because of this. But it's like,
Yeah.
you have to be, yeah.
But once you open up your like spiritual eye, you start seeing certain shit that's kind of
shit.
crazy.
See, fucking
That third eye,
ghost.
right?
No,
The-
I'm just
I've had a crazy ass experience that
Really?
I saw my mom, and then after that, people explained to me. People were like, "It was a demon in your like mom."
Yeah.
Because I had woken up in the middle of the night and I saw my mom like at my doorway, and I told her I was like, "Amma," because it's my mom. And she didn't look at me, and she was dressed in a white gown. This shit is so crazy.
Lorona.
And she walked she walked towards the restroom, and I could still see her there. And I said it again, and I was like, "Amma," and she didn't look at me. So she turned around from the restroom, and she walked down my hallway, which I have a long ass
You
hallway.
sleep with your door open?
And I slept with my door
okay,
open.
okay.
This is why I don't.
Shit.
And crazy shit happens after I tell this story. So, what is it called? She walked down the hallway, and I got up out of my bed, and I walked down by the restroom, and I looked down the hallway, and she's still walking, and she turns around, and like she kind of looks at me like sad, and it's my mom dressed in like a gown, and I was like kind of like what the heck. So she enters my kitchen, and the way my house is set up, what is it called? After you enter the kitchen, you can't see anymore until you go down there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, what the heck? Let me wake up my dad because this is kind of weird. And so
This
go
is
into
real or this is dream?
Is real.
No, it's
No,
like
this
she's
is real.
walking out,
Because
seeing
I
it
still
all.
remember this like till this day. And I walked into my parents' room, and my mom and my dad were sleeping.
It's crazy.
And people, I had told this story, and people were like, dude, sometimes demons could come out and dress as someone you love. So
yeah.
that they could like trap
So,
you
yeah.
into something. And that shit was the scariest thing ever.
No, like it's crazy because like spirits will come in any form.
Spiritual, exactly.
It's like
that's
I feel
why
like
you
we
have
go
to
on
be
and on
really
about it.
careful on what you do and how you bring things up.
Yeah.
Like people are like, I'm spiritual. I'll
Like,
do
let me
this,
do a
but you
hex.
don't.
Let
Yeah,
me do
you
a
don't.
hex.
You don't know what you're bringing into your life.
Yeah, Jesus is spirituality. He's part of the spirituality.
Yeah, he still is.
Any viewers out there that got crazy ass stories just like that, please comment down. We want
go
we
get
want to
help.
read that. Hey, but like,
Speaking of help,
They're
what's
baptized.
like the worst date experiences you guys have had?
yeah.
Shout out the spirits.
I know.
Give me my stones.
Well, date experience.
I didn't really go on dates like before
Yeah.
I got a man. Like I literally
I don't
would-
really
You
go
just
on
te-
dates, but I've had a worse relationship. So like it's okay, it started and we were like cool. We had known each other. Everything was fine. I had heard some rumors about him and he was a couple years older than me, which was
Wait,
like
I know who you're talking about.
you do.
Hey, I low key want to go. I want
See what
to.
happens? Spiritual. Spiritual. That's the
Bro,
stones.
okay.
I low key want to go over that too
As soon
after
as-
you're done.
Okay, so I had been talking to him for a cool minute, and then we decided to link up, and it was cool or whatever, you know. And then we started like casually getting into like this relationship pattern, even though we weren't dating. 6 months. I talked to him for 6 months, and he didn't pop the question. The only thing is, I don't find it bad if I have to pay for a man, because if his intentions are like si no tiene trabajo, like if he doesn't have a job or something like that, I don't mind paying for him, you know, and it's
We love
fine.
that.
But I have to pay for him every single
time?
If I have to drive
Fuck
every time,
no.
look, and he lived
I don't
an
give
hour
a fuck.
away.
You
can't say
He
that word.
he didn't have a car, and I would drive all the way down there, and he wouldn't pay for gas.
At this point, you were the man in the relationship.
I hope he's
That
popping
was
on like
the
some social media now. Like,
You were the pimp
are you
for
serious?
No, I swear.
But
you
like,
feel-
what kept you going with him?
I still respect him, but that's what kind of like threw me
Respectfully.
off. I was just like, dude, like, how are you gonna have a job? And how are
Yeah.
you gonna like? He had a job.
But he said he had no money or?
He had a job, but
Bum.
okay. I'm gonna tell you one of the
Damn,
situations.
that's how I know money doesn't matter.
I
in a
know we
relationship.
were out where he lives, and we went to like this sushi shop, and he was like, "Oh, if my card declines, like I'm sorry."
Like,
and
we're
I was like,
breaking up.
and I'm the type of person like if we go out to boba, I'm not gonna be like,
Definition
Oh,
of a bum.
like-
I'm telling you right now.
I know, I'm not
For-
gonna be
that's
like,
not-
I like when
like,
like, all right, you pay, I pay, or
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah,
but
blah.
my thing is, I feel like my dad has always shown me like, do no like.
Don't depend on.
Yeah, don't depend
Yeah,
on
never,
men.
no.
So my thing is, if we're gonna go out to a date, if we go out on a date, I'm like, oh, here, I'll pay. But his thing
Yeah.
is, he started getting real comfortable when me being like,
like,
I'll pay,
my
I'll
wallet.
pay, I'll pay.
Oh, I left my wallet
And
in
one
the
of the
car,
times
damn.
we were at a boba shop, and he asked for his. Oh no, I asked for my order. He asked for his order,
Like two
and he
separate
stepped
orders?
back.
And he stepped
And
back.
I pulled up, and I was like, okay. But I was so used to it. I was so blind, and like after that, I was just kind of like, damn, because for his birthday, I spent a lot of money too.
Oh my
At this
god.
point, he
And I
was
wasn't
gold digging
even
on
with
you.
him. I wasn't
For
even
real.
with him.
Okay, let me be honest with you. What made you stay with the guy though?
Was he cool?
She's like, I love sushi and boba.
I love the
His
drive.
boba, his
Like honestly, like was this his Okay, was it his personality or was his looks or was
It was
his
definitely.
It was
his-
okay, it was
it's
his
definitely what he
looks.
had.
It's way different.
and it was just his looks. Because also he tried to make me do a TikTok of me feeding him, and I'm that
Oh, so
type of
this is
bitch.
recent.
Ew.
then.
Yeah, not recent. Like
TikTok
it's,
just came out like
he's
2
like,
years
it's
ago.
been a
Like,
year.
go in the kitchen and make me a sandwich.
No, he was like, I want to record a TikTok of me feeding you. Oh no, of you feeding me, and being like,
We don't get shit.
like I don't know. And I was like,
Of
ew,
you
that's
feeding me?
no, of me feeding him.
Cause,
And I was like, ew, I'm not your
That
fucking
sign-
maid.
At that
What
point,
the
he
fuck?
just
And
wanted
I'm
you
that
to
type of
be
bitch to be
serving.
like, ew,
Hell
that's
no.
disturbing.
Yeah.
Because
He's
as
very
a guy,
like full of himself.
as a guy for doing
He's
that.
a Leo. He's a Leo.
What month is Leo?
He's
August, July, August.
July.
No,
July.
It's August,
He's
like
at the end of
the
the
whole
July.
of August too.
So for you, that's probably the worst date to say.
I hated it.
Leo's, huh?
I hated it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like you could.
What about you?
I don't. I told you like would never go on dates.
Yeah, I'm
Not
just
even
like,
in
I
a
just got-
relationship, because I feel like that was a relationship thing. You
Oh,
never had
yeah.
something like you were kind of like, damn, like I was really blinded by this shit.
But you think
same
a
time.
guy always? You think a guy always has to pay on the first date?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It depends on who
I've been
says.
Whoever's asking
Yeah.
to
Whoever
go
invited
out,
you has
invited you has
Whoever
to
says
pay.
like, oh, let's go on a date.
Yeah.
But then
I'm
sometimes
stupid.
the
I've had
guy
to pay a
will like
lot.
step in and
Hey,
pay for
come
them.
on.
Kay
I've had to
loves
pay a
it.
lot because I'm just that type of like. I'm like no, like here, like.
But you know why I fuck with that mentality is because a lot of people are, I want to say cheap, but people will be like, you're the types that don't care about money because money comes, money goes.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
also
I
like
fuck
with
with
my
that
friends,
mentality.
a lot. It goes.
if I'm getting food, all my friends are getting food,
No,
and that's how
exactly.
it is.
Okay, yeah.
Me and my friends, we have this thing that if we go out, we all pay for each other. It's not like, oh, let me sell you, like let me.
Yeah.
cash
Oh,
app
no,
you.
that's
We all pay
fine.
for each other, and then
They
the
just
next
put the
day,
phone on the table.
all of us
whichever one
pay. Like
rings.
you know, we
There you
like
go.
rotate with each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you got me and I got you. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
what we
hate
do.
friendship.
But when it's
I
eight
eat, all my
friends-
friends eat.
oh yeah, that's different.
When it's like a group of 8
When
friends. you're
when the
fucked.
bill's like $1,000.
Oh, fuck
Hey,
that.
low key, they don't be paying back. I give it a couple of days for them to like to remember.
Yeah,
But then, hey, Apple request.
You gotta Apple request that shit.
Oh, you guys
Favorite
do
place.
that?
I don't have that.
kinda
I
do
feel
I
like
don't
if
even
I
have
got my
Apple Pay,
phone
to be
stolen,
honest. I kinda
like
just
they'll
forget
fuck up
about
with
that.
with my money.
I
You have
forget.
Venmo too, can't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
use
can request
Zelle.
on Venmo, yeah.
Hey, for me, I'm the
You
number.
could request on Zelle
You
too.
could ask anyone. I'm the number one. I don't give a fuck about money. Money comes, money
Yeah.
goes. But there's a certain type, like,
We
yo,
should
Yeah.
have 1942. Man.
you gotta like.
You could
gotta, like,
kinda
pay
tell
back,
when
bro. Out of
someone's just
respect,
using
it's
you.
courtesy. You know what I mean?
It is. Like
It's
even in a
simple.
relationship too.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
if
it goes both ways.
yeah, it does.
Hey, if I'm paying for the first date, she's paying the second date. I pay the third date, she pays the fourth date.
And when do you
Yeah,
fuck?
but no,
back
like
and
when you're in a
forth.
relationship, like you don't really count. Like,
don't
okay,
even
you
care
paid
about the
last
money
time,
and all
I'll
that.
pay this
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, so it's kind of like, oh, like I got you this time, or like there'll be times where like I'll pay like multiple times
Yeah.
because like that's just what I want to do.
But I
fuck
have
with
had
that.
a
You know?
boyfriend that would not my boyfriend, a little fling. What is it called? That would take my wallet. Because he knew that I was
Oh,
he
like-
knew that I was that type of person to be like, give me like here I'll pay. And he was like, no. So it got to the point where we would get out of the car and he'd be like, your wallet. And he'd take it and he'd give it to me at the end of the day.
Aww.
I know.
That's cute.
I'd
You
have
should have stayed
been like,
with
oh
him
my
instead of the guy for
God.
6 months.
Hey, all those
Should have
viewers.
stayed with him.
Well, he did something
would've
by
been-
me too.
You should have took his wallet.
He doesn't. I know.
Ace, your guys' wallet.
All those viewers out there, Kay is a sugar mama, basically.
I am.
It's
Oh,
just
I'm an
sugar.
Uber driver.
Hit her
I'm
up.
an Uber driver. My little Toyota. I just
That's
algo.
right.
I adore
So
that.
she'll pick you
It's
up
like taxi.
and-
Oh, bro, we should.
She'll pick you up and pay for the day.
Exactly.
You gotta love it. You gotta love
You're
it.
gonna
I
pay
know.
And
for
she'll
it.
pay her own Uber fee.
Hey, so
Just,
they,
like, just send it to
I
me.
want to ask you guys this a question. Back to how you were talking to that Leo guy, and everyone was telling you how about his background
Yeah.
story.
Mm-hmm.
You ignored that, right?
I did.
What makes girls? Because I know every single girl ignores advices. So when guys tell them
The best advice is not to listen to advice.
that's
Well, no,
True.
because I have homegirls that don't take that type of criticism well, and you'll tell them, but it just gets kind of overwhelming
Yeah.
when you have to
Exactly.
tell
It's
them
kind of like
again
Some
and
homegirls
again
don't
and
do
again.
that, though. Like,
So
they don't
I
want
just
you.
respect it. I'm like, if they love that person, then they love that person. But it's different from me. If
Yeah.
I see something like that, something that I don't like, I'll block
I'll
you.
tell
I'll
you
block
straight
you.
up.
I'll block your family. I'll block your friends. Because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like when you're trying to get someone advice, it's like they're not gonna listen until they're ready to listen.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
until they're like to that point
And it could take
where they're
years.
Yeah, it could take months, years. Like it takes a long time for someone to
And you have
finally
to learn
be
the hard
open.
way.
Yeah, no, literally, because some people like they're so hard headed. They're like, no,
Fuck
like
yeah.
no, like it's different. Like you don't know him like I do. Like you don't know her like
that's how
I
girls
do.
are.
Would
That's
you
how
guys-
guys are too.
Would you guys
Yeah.
break up with not break up with your man, but would you talk to your man if your homegirls were like, I don't like your guy. I don't like the guy you're talking to.
Because my homegirls have good intentions. One of my homegirls is pregnant.
Oh, I know she's
Shout out
so
to pregnancy.
Good intentions.
We hope it's
Shout
a
out to
boy.
Mandy. I love
Aw,
you, baby.
I know. I can't wait to see your baby.
Oh, we all
Even
know.
though I don't know
We
you.
all know Mandy.
I follow you.
I'm like, yeah, you guys
Shout out
are
to Mandy.
I
Shout
know.
out to
Shout out to Mandy.
I know. Wait, what
Hey,
was your
but, like-
question? I kind of forgot it.
All right, so
No,
all
like-
those guys out there, guys for us too. How do me personally? I never approach girls in public. I feel
Or
like
just
the only
guys.
time to approach is like during clubs and parties.
I like being approached.
But like during approach in public, like how should guys approach you guys?
I feel like it depends. Like if
What's like a good and bad one?
Cause like some girls, they'll be like they'll see you and like they'll like look at you and that's
Yeah.
kind of like
Just
a
eye
hint.
fuck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No.
Nah, not like that, but
yeah,
like
no, I
just
know.
give like a look at each other. Where you're
Yeah, like you
alright.
kind of look at someone like you
I
see like you guys
know.
make eye contact and like that's when it's like kind of in the clear. But like if you see someone like minding their business. Like,
Because guys are looking kind of clueless to that.
And some
No, they
guys,
are.
like, they're
Tell us,
kind
please.
of creepy. Like, you know, like, when, like when a guy comes up to you, you're like, ew, like, what the heck?
No,
like,
because
But
the
it
way-
depends on how they
But what if
Yeah,
it's like,
their
what if he's
energy,
bold
their
about
vibe.
it though? Like he's like, he knows.
But
what he
like, how
wants.
bold? Give us an
Hey,
example.
Yeah,
there's
give
one-
us
No,
an example.
No, because I was watching a video, and then some girl was like, all right, approach me, and then the guy's like, oh, hey, gorgeous, like, how you doing? She's like, why are you calling me gorgeous already? You don't even know my name, like all this shit. So it just depends on the girl too, because the girl likes a compliment, and there's other girls that are.
Do you guys like corny
chill.
shit?
I like confident guys.
Yeah.
Confident?
I like confident guys. That they know why they're approaching you, and they know that they're gonna get your number. Like,
So
out
then,
of
give an
you.
example.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever got an approach where you're like, you know what, this is pretty good?
I have never gotten approached. I'm intimidating.
No, for real.
But in
give
my
up,
head,
sir.
I'm like, if I were to get approached, I want a guy that's like,
Like, he knows what he's doing.
yeah, he knows what
Yeah.
he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, even at parties, like, everywhere, like, no one, like, people, I don't see it, but, like, people tell me, like, everyone just stares. Like, I'm not trying to sound, like, cocky or nothing.
It's the iPhone.
But, like, a lot of people will look at me and, like, just stare at me, and I'm, like, looking at the fucking sky, like, no one's looking at me. Like, who
Are you
Exactly,
lost?
yeah.
No, literally. But, like,
Because
everyone's
like
just, like,
my mindset
seeing
is
me.
like, if we're in public and let's say that girl's going shopping,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in her head she's like, yo, don't talk to me. I'm here to just shop. I'm here to do my own
yeah,
thing.
No.
like, when I
You
go to
know?
the mall
But
by
then a lot
myself.
of girls
like
have
girls-
different intentions. Like,
girls
they'll get
low-key
ready
want-
because they want the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
like,
it
you know,
just
I'm gonna go.
depends.
No. Some girls will
yeah.
get ready and be like, I'm gonna go to the mall.
I
and
feel like
see-
when you go
see
to the
what's good.
mall, it's like, for me, like, I'm like, okay, like, I need to make sure no one's walking behind me, no one's, like, you know, trying to fucking take me and shit. Cause,
I
like,
look out for
it's,
killers.
no, literally, I've been holding my key in my hand, like,
That was some
and
real-
I'm like running through the mall,
I know.
trying to get to my car, cause
I'm like,
it's so
I'm gonna
scary.
go there, come back, and leave.
Like, my least worry is about, like, someone coming up to me, like, and if they do, I'm like, oh my god, like, they're
you're
trying
kind of
to take
taken
me.
back with, yeah.
Cause, like,
uh-huh.
there's so many stores where, like, you know, like, say you, like, you know, I'm not saying you, but, like, you come up to me and I'm like, oh my god, like, he's part of
Yeah,
sex
but it's just be
trafficking.
like, hey, you dropped your wallet.
I'm like,
fuck off.
I'm like, bitch.
Straight up though.
But like,
And what about approaching like on the DM? Like what's like a thing that you like on the DM?
hey, cause
Hey,
low key,
what's
I
up,
like
shawty? How
when guys
you
just do
doing?
corny
you like
little
shouting?
jokes.
Holy shit.
Like how?
Like,
Like pickup lines.
they'll say,
things.
all right, I tried this once. didn't get a response for a reason. But she said, I sent a photo of like of the galaxy, right? And I said,
I already know this is bad.
all these stars, but you shine the
Oh
brightest.
hell, no, I would have blocked.
I
you.
open them and then I unread them.
You just like them.
No, I
Oh,
have.
you can unread it?
You have if you. There's a thing on Instagram that you have to change it into a business Instagram, and you could swipe it and unread the message.
What the?
And
I
I
was
do
always
that
wanting
all
to
the
do
time.
it.
I just open them and I kind of like unread them. And
I
I'm
feel like girls are sick and tired of basic haze, hi.
But does it matter when you guys
I
go
want
in?
someone that's like, he sends me a voice memo. Like, I like it when guys are like that. Like, they
I
try to
can't do
approach me that way. But if they're
Hey,
coming like
I
corny,
be trying different ways.
I hate it when people call me shoddy. That shit is weird.
We gotta stop
Juana's
doing
gonna
that.
delete all of his.
We
Instagram-
gotta stop doing
or his Twitters. I've never said shawty.
I get it from you, you dickwad.
I've
like,
never
she's
said
like, you don't
shawty,
say
bro.
that. You
Shut
don't
your
call them
ass
that.
I don't think nobody said
No,
shawty.
shoddy's
Hey, but it
weird.
works for
Say
me.
it messing
It works for
around.
me.
No, but when he goes in
I'll
the
show you
DM, like
messages.
you're gonna read the messages no matter what. But are you clicking on the profile and seeing
Well,
if
yeah.
that message
Yeah,
is gonna work?
do-
Because anybody can send a fire ass message pickup line, but if you click on the profile, you're like,
Well, yeah,
This
like,
homie's
I
ugly.
click
through
through
the
the message,
profile.
the profile, you go through the pictures.
Yeah, the
and if
tag
they don't have
pictures.
pictures, then, like, their profile, and you're like,
If they don't have a lot of
and you
pictures,
ignore it.
I'm like,
what about followers? Do the followers matter? Because we were talking to this
No.
girl. She was saying a red
No.
flag before.
2,000 followers.
Over 2,000?
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you.
No, it doesn't matter. Like, I talked to someone that had, like, 10, 12,000 followers,
Where's he
and
at?
then,
me too.
no, I'm not saying I'm with. And, like, my man, he has, like, 200 something followers. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Respect.
that
Yeah.
shit, like, material stuff does not matter.
I don't
It's,
think
like,
social
about
media
who
should
they
Even
matter.
are.
famous people
No,
think they
yeah.
have a pass. I'm like, baby, you dumb. I'm like, that shit's weird.
What about, is it okay for you guys to go through your lover's phone? Or is it okay for your man to go through your phone? And would you go through your guys' phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
If you got nothing to
It's
hide,
also
then
about
Yeah.
insecurities. If you're hella insecure, that's when you know, like, you're kind of like, oh, don't take. Yeah, they're just kind of like,
Yeah.
like, or they always keep their phone down like that. Well, honestly, I always place my phone down. But certain people, like,
just
you could
hiding
tell their
shit.
intentions, and you're kind of just
like,
like,
so it just depends. Like, cause, like, say, like, you know, say for me, like, I'm insecure as fuck. Like, I would be like, let me see your phone. Like,
I
you know,
know.
let me see it. But, like, if I'm secure with
phone died.
myself, I'm like, phone's in my bag.
yeah, but sometimes
Yeah,
I
Like,
be
if
It's
I'm
like-
secure, I would have been like, let's
Let's
don't
charge
give
it
a
up.
fuck.
Yeah.
Let's charge up the
Plug in
phone.
your phone right now.
Hey, I be putting my phone down. Not just because I show my insecurity. It's more because my attention is all to you.
Yeah.
You
Keep it in the
Yeah.
pocket
So,
then, dog.
but girls don't see it that way. Girls see you like, oh, you're hiding something. What are you hiding?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how
It
that is.
depends
Because
on
why
your
did
girl.
you trigger her to say that?
No,
Yeah,
but then it's
oh,
that boy
also,
she
it's
doesn't trust
also
you,
like,
Like that.
Yeah.
someone could have those insecurities before they're even with you. So like
Exactly.
it'll go on to you. So like, you know, say your girl, she's like, why did you put your phone down? It's not has
Yeah,
nothing to do with
exactly.
you. It has to do with her and what she's been through and like her not trusting people. It could go from a guy to her family to her house environment, literally anything.
But also, if you're like, oh, let me see your phone, let me see your phone. I know people that have been like hella, what is that called? Like hella
Controlling.
Repetitive.
hella controlling, and they're the one that's cheating.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, because they want to act like the victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are
Called
the worst.
manipulation.
Manipulation.
All girls like that.
But you like that? Like you can go through your man's phone whenever you want.
Yeah, because it's like a.
I like getting checked,
Send
'cause then
send a text
your
to blah,
mind is
blah, blah,
clear.
this and that.
If she doesn't
Like,
check
send
my
a-
phone, then she must think I don't pull any hoes. So
She
it's
thinks
kind
you're
of
ugly.
disrespectful. Yeah, I'd be like, oh fuck that. Like check my phone. Yeah.
You're like, look.
Yeah.
Here you
shit.
go. Here's my phone. Here you go.
What about like
She's
the,
like, I don't want to look at it. He's
when
like,
you guys are
look
in a
at it. Look
relationship?
through it.
When you guys are in a relationship, like, is the passwords necessary? Like to give each other the passwords and all that shit to all that social
I'm gonna
media?
be so honest
I
right
don't
now.
really care.
Password should not care. Looking at my phone should not care.
Yeah.
Let me see your messages. Read my messages for me.
Yeah.
All those should not care if you have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
I low key want to
none of
delete my
that
social media when I
matters.
get into a relationship.
You should.
You're gonna be so bored.
I know.
I mean, I have a girl though. Like, it's
You're
because
not gonna be with them 24/7.
No, but I don't
But I
You're
like that though. I like that. I
I
like
feel like
that.
it ruins relationships, bro. Because let's just say one day I post her.
Sometimes it does.
So
One
you
day,
don't-
one day I
Doesn't.
post her.
You don't
and-
care about the podcast anymore.
I care about my girl. She's gonna be on the podcast.
He's gonna choose
Oh,
her.
It's
over
gonna be
she's
a
you
gonna be
missing-
the camera woman.
It's gonna be a Miss and Misters or whatever. So I feel like if I ever do get with the girl and then I post her, a lot of girls are gonna be like, "Oh, but you were just talking to me like 5 days
They're
ago,"
trying to
and then they're
start
gonna text the
problems,
girl,
yeah.
"Oh, he was just texting me. Like, what are you gonna do about that?"
That's what
Like,
a lot
girl,
of
I'm not
people
even
do.
fucking with you no
I
more,
know.
girl. Like, I'm just trying to be
Like
with you.
that's
and
just
shit.
like that's just with the girls. Like they're so petty. Like they're.
I feel like a
ugly,
lot of girls try to break up relationships.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're like, oh my god, girl. Like, hey, girly. Those fucking
I
texts.
know.
Hey, girly, you don't know me, but
I've had to
Just
send a
know
couple
that-
of those.
they're
Like the Jersey Shore, they get the note.
like no,
Fuck
like
that
girls
shit, bro.
try to hella ruin
Yeah.
relationships.
I know.
I feel like girls do that a lot.
Even
more
guys,
than guys.
too. Well, yeah, obviously
Yeah.
girls.
But why though? Why do you guys think
Because
so?
we miss them.
Because girls are jealous,
No,
envious.
yeah, I
or-
feel like they're
Yeah.
a lot of just like they're like
people
wanting
still
that to
have
be
that
done.
high school mentality, and I hate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's disgusting.
I hate that. People are grimy still, and I feel like I did a whole 360 because I used to low key kind of be mean. But
Had a rebirth.
yeah, I had a rebirth. I was like,
She got spiritual.
I know I did. I did.
She got her crystals.
I know. But people still have that high school mentality, and that's what keeps them insecure,
Yeah,
basically.
very true.
Do you tell your homegirls every guy you talk to, or is it like you keep it to yourself? Because I know a lot of girls don't kiss and tell, like, whether they're talking to someone because they don't want to hear the homegirls like, "Oh yeah, I was just talking to him like a couple days ago," or "I was just doing this."
Well, girls want to know that. Like, you know, say someone will DM me, I'll screenshot and be like, oh my God, like he DM'd me. And then they will be like, oh no, like, girl, like he was just in my DMs. Like,
Or I'm like, do you know him?
yeah, like, we know about him. But it's not so much like the
That
girl
matters
trying,
to
the
you?
friend trying to compete. It's more like them watching out for you. You
Yeah.
get me? Like, I'll be like, no, like they try to talk to me. And then they'll be like, okay, like, ew, they're nasty.
But what
Like,
if you think he's like cute and he try to like hop in, but she didn't answer? Like, and you think he's really cute? Are you still gonna answer that DM?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
like fine. It's just different on each scenario. Like my friend, like I talked to the same guy that she's talked to, but that's before we were friends.
Right.
You get me? So it's like we had no idea about each other, and like you get me? Like we still ended up being friends, even though we're
This
talking
comes
to
with
the
this
same
topic
guy.
too. I want to also bring up. All right, let's say you have your homegirl, right? Mm-hmm. Your homegirl was talking to a guy, but it didn't work out. But then, like you want to sort of like want to talk to him too, like, but you didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know they talked?
Yeah, you don't know they talked. That they just this was before
It was
you guys.
best
were
Well,
like
like,
that.
that's when the
Kiss and tell. Some
conversation
girls
comes
just
kiss
up.
and
That's
tell
when the
about
it.
conversation
Yeah.
comes up, and you want to know how long they talked,
Yeah.
what
And what
they
did you guys do exactly?
It's kind of
Yeah.
like girl code. Like you don't talk to your homegirl's man.
No.
If they
Girl
like
code-
and they
Their old
kiss,
man.
yeah.
Is girl code still
Yeah,
strong?
Hell
I feel like
yeah.
it kinda died down
A lot
a
of
bit.
bitches do not follow girl code, and that's why
Yeah.
they're so grimy. Like
Yeah.
Give me like 3 codes that you guys live by.
you do not talk to the same man that your friend talks to. Like that's one of them.
I feel like that's rule
You
number
do
one
not
right
like.
there.
Yeah. What was another one? I kind of had it. It kind of
Like
went
it
away.
was so strong.
It was so
No,
good.
like it just like was there and then it went down.
No, I feel like
It's the only
just
rule we
that.
live by.
Yeah, that's like honestly like the main one. Like
Yeah.
you just do not, or like you don't go behind your friend's back and do something dirty.
Have you guys
Or-
ever got with somebody and then you kicked it with a group of guys, like his group of homies, and thought, "Fuck, I got with the wrong guy." Like,
Or you thought his
like a
homie,
was
or you
cuter,
thought like the
was
homie's
cuter.
cute.
Let me
the
think about
homie's
it.
cuter.
I have to think.
No.
No.
Or do you guys
No.
mainly? Do you guys? Did they
Because
ever show
honestly,
you
I'm
to the
not
group of
really
homies?
attracted to looks.
Oh, but that
And
Leo
I-
guy had the looks.
He had the looks. No, but I've dated, not dated. I've talked to.
Talk.
Yeah,
Clarify.
talked.
Uh-huh.
I've talked to a lot of people. Like, if I show you right now, you'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
But it's because I like someone that makes me laugh. Like, if you're
okay.
really funny and you're really confident
that's cute
about
for me
it,
too.
then I'm like, "Oh, I like that." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah, and like looks don't matter all the time.
So you go
Yeah.
off your like traits, like the
we
love-
personality.
We love clowns.
I know."
I feel like it depends. Like if you meet them through social media, like you're gonna
is
be
a
like
clown.
look at their looks first, you know. But like if you
Yeah.
meet them in person and like you know that's when you get
Yeah.
to know them. Oh my god.
Are you
It
guys
just
easier
depends.
to talk to in person or on DMs or like internet, social media?
I feel like I'm easier to talk to in person because I get really shy through DMs. Like
Really?
if
Exactly.
I don't know, okay, I'm one of those people that if I don't know how to respond to the text, I will leave you on red.
Yeah.
I will leave you on red, or I just won't.
I'll ask
unread
someone
it.
to what to say.
Yes,
You hit up
I'll
the group
Google
chat.
it.
What do I say? What do I
I'll
say?
Google it.
Whatever
I will
part it
literally
is.
Google it. I'll be like, oh, what to say to blah blah blah.
No shit.
What to say to
Give
what
me
are
a
you
one-liner.
doing?
Give me a one-liner.
One-liner, Google.
I'm like, dude, I can't. It just scares me.
But you guys said you
Yeah.
guys never shoot your shot like on a DM. You guys have never told like somebody like, you know
Because-
what? I think you're really handsome.
I
'Cause
think I
Eric-
shot my
No.
shot one time and I was like, oh my god, I'm never doing this again.
I
Like they
shot my
replied-
shot for someone for prom. Like I asked
You
them
asked
to,
someone
to prom.
They have a
Like
big
through
sign out their
DM.
window.
Through DM. Oh my
window,
gosh.
outside the window.
No, I want to tell you guys also how I got
big
asked out to
box.
Let me
prom.
see
It
what
was
you
through
got.
a sign that says, "Let's drive fast and let's eat ass."
That's
fire.
so
Or no,
romantic.
let's drive
Don't
fast
put
and
that
I'm
on
gonna
my
eat that
bio.
ass at prom. And he broke up with his girlfriend 2 days before, and he
So
was
he
my
could ask
best
you.
friend, and he
That's
ended up
dedication.
liking me. He told me he was in love with me.
Oh my.
You got it.
That
like
shit's
that.
crazy.
Do you guys get like turned off a little bit when a guy says "I love you" too quick?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
That's
it
scary.
depends.
How
Like
fast should the "I love you" come?
it doesn't.
Couple
Honestly, it
months.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it depends on
Couple
like
months.
It's
your
just-
relationship.
If you tell me in a couple weeks, I'm
You get
leaving.
me? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, a
know.
couple weeks is a little
But
weird.
you feel like if you guys are really in love, like
Like,
within,
if it's a
within a
mutual-
couple, like
Dude, I was
like
like-
you guys
I don't
are,
even
like,
think I know
really
what
fucking
love
with
is.
each other. You feel like if he pops it, you're just.
It's a
But how
mutual
soon?
feeling.
Hey, I
Well,
was,
nah,
I was
well,
talking
I'm
to.
not putting time. You can't put time on love.
You
but-
can't put time on love.
Yeah, I was texting this girl,
fucking
and she
romantic
lives
over
at
here.
LA. She lives in LA, and I'm the type. I'm gonna be very honest right now. I was just trying to fuck around
Talk
with
your
it.
shit.
That's it. I was just trying to fuck around with it.
What a
That's it.
slut. We love it.
And
You
so
whore.
Do guys do that a lot?
What?
hoe around.
Yeah.
Go around and just
duh.
want to fuck.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh
That's
my
why I don't
God.
answer to DMs.
Do they?
That's why I don't-
around?
Yeah.
A
Past
lot
30
of
years.
guys just want to be whores.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
like,
we,
damn,
so
buy me
she pulled
dinner
up.
first.
She pulled up. We
No,
fucked.
yeah.
But then
my
came
God.
back.
But I need
said-
boba and sushi first.
So then then a couple weeks later, she's like, cause I was in Mexico. She's like, "Where you at? I miss you already." I'm like, oh.
That was 2 weeks though.
Wait, this is.
So this is
She
a
got
couple,
dickmatized.
couple
This
weeks. She said, "I miss you."
This is.
No.
No, this is different. This
She
is wild.
she's
Wow.
dick whipped.
Oh, this is recently.
Yeah.
Oh, she was
dickmatized.
dick-
Oh,
Recent?
you said recent.
She was addicted
Yes,
to it.
I guess she was
addicted.
dickmatized, yeah. But she said, "I miss you."
Wait,
For me,
But she didn't say I love you.
But yeah, this is like the
Wait,
same-
how
she
long
was
did
like
you
the
say
same
it was?
one.
Nah,
that-
because Loki, what if she wanted to whore around too? And that's why she was like, I miss
Yeah,
I feel like
Cause
girls
some
just low key would
girls-
just want to fuck too.
Like
they gotta-
some
they
girls,
gotta get served.
some girls will
They gotta
say
get
I
served.
miss you, but it's not like oh my
miss
god
it.
I
Not
miss
miss you, I
Yeah,
miss it.
they just say I miss you like
You're just trying
to get in there.
Just to get you back
She's
in
more so like trying to find out all the chismes.
No, but like, cause for
We're trying to
me,
fact check.
He's like, is it her?
my number one thing, I don't
like,
like
no, no,
clinging
her-
girls.
no, because you
I
said
don't
a
like
key word.
clinging girls.
Yeah.
And I feel like she was getting already being clingy. And
But
I
you
was
said
just-
how
low-key
long?
love a
How
clingy
long was
bitch,
it?
though.
Dude, I think like
love
3
a
weeks.
clingy.
How long do you wait for
And she
girls
said
to
she
meet your
missed you
family?
3 weeks
You know, to meet
after.
my family. Okay, so I'm Arab, so I have Arab parents. And they're very strict.
I love Arab parents. I know a little bit Arabic, like Habibti, like that means you know.
okay.
Because my old
That's
best friend,
hard.
she was Arab, and so I know like all their family. And
I
stuff.
love it.
They were like teach me a word, but I forgot.
But like, all right, so since my parents are Arab, I showed them one girl, right? 2018. Till this day, they still ask about her. Hey, what's up with this? What's her name? What's up with this name? So that's why I don't like bringing
Yeah.
like, girls to family because they just think already I'm gonna marry her. I'm like,
Yeah.
relax.
I feel
Fit.
like
They want you to
because
settle
my
down.
because like
True.
because like my family has like a lot of family parties. So they're if anything they're hitting me with when are you gonna bring a girl, bro?
When are you gonna bring a guy?
I have a lot of family
I'll bring them a lot.
too. I know.
have a
Especially
lot of family
Arab parents,
parties.
they're very strict, like for
Especially
sure.
with the Arab parents because they already assume you're gonna marry her.
Are they
Yeah.
judgment? Oh, my Hispanic.
Yeah, and it's a
family
lot
is
about
very
respect. Like you
judgmental.
have to respect them hella.
Do you guys have
As
like any
fuck.
rules that you guys live by? Like, I know a lot of girls do like a 3-day rule, 90-day rule for a guy to do
No,
what he gotta do.
I think that's dumb and like that should not
If I'm
matter
vibing
at
with
all. Yeah, like
What's the vibe though? Like for the people out there, like how do you know when a girl is down to, like she's DTF, like vibing it?
what does
She
that
grabs your
mean?
dick.
What does that mean?
You don't
No, I'm
know
just
DTF.
kidding.
She grabs your dick.
Oh my god,
She just
okay, you're
grabs it?
crazy.
And she grabs it.
And I don't know where.
Or like you guys are like, okay, you guys are making out, and I feel like when she's like on you, like if she starts like
Like all
kind of
affectionate
huffing
and shit.
on you, and like that's how you know.
You
Hey,
could
but-
tell, like you could tell when
Unless
a girl's
they're like,
into
okay,
you.
then like
Hey,
chill,
girls-
like we
I know
gotta
girls
we
are
gotta calm down.
teasers,
It's like
though.
okay,
Girls need to understand like we don't read. Like
Oh
you
my
guys are
God.
I know.
manuals.
Shout out episode 2.
You guys are not manuals. You guys don't read. So you guys have to give us a little hint. a
well,
little
you guys
jab.
don't know how
Yeah.
to read emotion.
Well, then a lot of
Yeah,
girls
you just
don't.
don't,
A
like,
lot of
the
girls don't
thing
want to
is-
shoot that shot though, because then they're like, "Whoa, like I don't want to let this nigga know."
Like
that.
personally for me, I hate rejection.
know.
That's
Me
the
too.
number one thing. So if I do a move and she's like feeling it, if she's not giving me any hints or anything, I still make a move. Like, and
Are
I
you a
get
really
rejected,
confident person?
I'm starting to get there.
Okay.
Nice.
Forcefully.
Where you should be.
I'm starting to get there. Back
But
then
you
I was
feel
not.
rejection really bad.
Back then I did. Back then I did. Now it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But that's why that's why I like girls who give a little bit hints, a little bit jab. Because if you give me
He's
a
a
little
Pisces.
hint, little jab,
He's a Pisces. That's
Mm-hmm.
why.
it's game over. You know, like
This game over.
shit, like
He's
she,
in the end
she's
zone.
with it too, and I'm with it too. We're boom there. You know what I mean?
Who
Yeah.
has had like who has the best sex out of all the signs?
Aquarius, because we're
Aquarius.
crazy.
Oh, so you guys are fucking.
I'm not gonna
just
say nothing.
Humbling about it. You guys are you guys.
Yes, I feel like 100% because I have never met anybody else. Because
That
if I'm
doesn't
like,
like me.
I no, if I'm like do this, because I've had someone that I'm like do this to me,
They're
and
like,
they're
"Oh my
like,
God,
and
are
they're
you
kind
sure?"
of they're like, are
They're
you
like
sure?
this?
And I'm like, dude, do
Don't
it.
ask,
Like,
yeah, I feel like you should,
no, I'm like, please
Oh,
choke me.
So you like dominant, like you like rough shit.
I like when they're dominant,
Yeah.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm saying.
but like really dominant.
I hope my mom doesn't see this.
Are you talking about dominant, like as in 50 Shades of Grey dominant? Like,
Oh, I love it.
Shit.
tied
I
up
mean,
and
if
shit?
that's what it has to be, then what's up?
I fuck with it.
I fuck with it. I think guys,
I'm
well, I
just
think that
kidding.
wraps it up. You guys answered pretty much. what we-
Episode 11.
I was
The guys
fire.
want to know.
Oh, it was fun.
Fire
We'll be
episode.
sure to
I
get
feel like
you
we've
guys
been talking
back
for
on.
like
We
5
should.
minutes,
Yeah.
to be honest.
If you guys get this,
If you guys
all the way
comment down
up-
below, we'll get a part 2 going.
Hey, if you guys want them back on, hey, they're fire. They talk
For
good
real, if
shit.
you guys
they
want
do
the
their
best
thing.
people
Not
I
even back on
know.
to stay on. Fuck it.
ASMR.
But nah, thank you guys
Like,
for watching.
comment, subscribe.
What's that, bro? I think guys keep on.
I done came down, hold up.